Perform integrated change control. Perform integrated change control is the process of reviewing all change requests, approving changes, and managing changes to deliverables, project documents, and the project management plan and communicating their decisions. The key benefit of this process is that it allows for documented changes within the project to be considered in an integrated manner while addressing overall project risk, which often arises from changes made without consideration of the overall project objectives or plans. The project manager is responsible for implementing approved risk response activities by following the risk management plan in order to minimize the impact of the risks and take advantage of opportunities on the project. The PMBOK guide identifies the following inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs for this process. In the next screen, we will discuss the inputs to this process. A major input to this process is the project management plan components, which include the change management plan provides the direction for managing the change control process and documents the roles and responsibilities of the change control board. The configuration management plan describes the configurable items of the project and identifies the items that will be recorded and updated so that the product of the project remains consistent and operable. The scope baseline provides the project and product definition. The schedule baseline is used to assess the impact of the changes in the project schedule. The cost baseline is used to assess the impact of the changes to the project cost. Project documents that can be considered as inputs for this process include basis of estimates indicate how duration, cost, and resources estimates were derived and can be used to calculate the impact of the change in time, budget, and resources. The requirements traceability matrix helps assess the impact of the change on the project scope. The risk report presents information on sources of overall and individual project risk involved by the change requested. Work performance reports of particular interest to the Perform integrated change control process include resource availability, schedule and cost data, earned value reports, and burn up and burn down charts. Change requests may include corrective action, preventive action, defect repairs, as well as updates to formally controlled documents or deliverables to reflect modified or additional ideas or content. Change requests can come from any stakeholder on the project. The enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets can also influence this process. In the next screen, we will discuss the tools and techniques used in this process. Data analysis techniques that can be used for this process include alternative analysis, which is used to assess the requested changes and decide which are accepted, rejected, or need to be modified to be finally accepted. Cost-benefit analysis helps to determine if the requested change is worth its associated cost. Decision-making techniques that can be used for this process include voting can take the form of unanimity, majority, or plurality to decide on whether to accept, defer, or reject change request. In autocratic decision-making techniques, one individual takes the responsibility for making the decision for the entire group. Multi-criteria decision analysis technique uses a decision matrix to provide a systematic analytical approach to evaluate the requested changes according to a set of predefined criteria. Change control meetings are held with the change control board that is responsible for meeting and reviewing the change requests and approving, rejecting, or deferring change requests. Most changes will have some sort of impact on time, cost, resources, or risks. Assessing the impact of the changes is an essential part of the meeting. Alternatives to the requested changes may also be discussed and proposed. Finally, the decision is communicated to the request owner or group. In the next screen, we will discuss the outputs of this process. Approved change requests are the main output of this process. This will be implemented through the direct and managed project work process. Deferred or rejected change requests are communicated to the person or group requesting the change. Any formally controlled component of the project management plan may be changed as a result of this process. Any formally controlled project document may be changed as a result of this process. A project document that is normally updated as a result of this process is the change log. The change log is used to document changes that occur during a project.